Welcome back to Mr. Triple Double here, and today we're going into video 2. If you're new here, it's a basketball channel dedicated to mostly the NBA, everything new going on. Come here to see it first. Anyway, video 2 is on all about the Boston Celtics. Big franchise, big players, big history. They've got a chance to really go and do something special. They haven't got one, they've got two. Two superstars, two athletic, talented, hungry, two-way potential players at the Boston Celtics who are young, and they look like they can. The sky's the limit for them both. I'm talking Jaylen Brown and Jayson Tatum. But here, for this video, we're going to talk about who should be the true leader of the Boston Celtics. Okay, one of them can. There's a lot of talk, critics saying they can't play together. I believe they can. But this video is going to sum up who should be the true leader of the Boston Celtics. Remember to subscribe if you're new. Let's get into this one. Right, so let's just talk about obviously both players. Give you a little insight of what's going on with them. So Jaylen Brown and Jayson Tatum. Jaylen Brown's slightly older. He was an earlier pick than Jayson Tatum. Obviously, both of them the third pick in the draft. Both of them good picks, solid picks. Arguably should have gone higher, especially Jayson Tatum. But we're going to talk about that stat-wise. So, Jaylen Brown obviously older, so technically should be a bit better. But, yeah, to the eye test, a lot of people see Jayson Tatum is better. But Brown is shooting a higher percentage from three and a higher percentage overall. His points are down, but his field goal attempts are a lot lower than Jayson Tatum's. So, that argues for that point that Jaylen Brown is the better player. But like I said, the eye test and what I've seen, what Jayson Tatum can do, he's very talented, very hungry, and very, very unstoppable when he gets going. And if you want to look at their two personalities, Jayson Tatum looks like he likes the spotlight. You know, he looks like he wants it more than Jaylen Brown a little bit. Well, that's what he perceives. He gives it a persona that he wants it. And maybe not wants it more than Jaylen Brown, but Jayson Tatum definitely looks like he wants the lights and wants it to be his team. So that's the point for the Jaylen Brown and Jayson Tatum. But I'm going to talk more now about Jaylen Brown and why I could argue his case for him taking the reins at the Boston Celtics. Right. A lot of Celtics fans, a lot of NBA fans will be like, shut up, you're crazy. But Jaylen Brown should be taking the reins at the Boston Celtics.
What?
Number one, this guy is such an athlete. He's so talented, and he's taken massive stride recently. You know, he started slow, and that's why people think it should be Tatum's team. But Jaylen Brown has got so much potential. His athleticism is rivaled hardly to anyone in the league. You know, his 3-point shot when he gets going is unstoppable. And we've already seen, look, this is what he can do. This is the amount of points he can put up when it's his team. You know, dropping a 50-piece career night with no Jayson Tatum in sight. So this guy, you know, it's a bit too far, but it's Jordan-esque. You know, he's got that sort of capabilities, that sort of size, that athleticism. You know, and when he can shoot the ball like he has been consistently, I mean, he's a bit off it from this year, but if you look at his stats from last year, shooting like 48% from three, and nearly 50% from the field, and this is all from him being in the back seat, the back row, being the Robin to Tatum's a Batman. You know, give him the reins, let it be his keys to the castle, and see what this guy could do. I wouldn't be surprised if he averaged anywhere between 25 to 30 points, no problem. He'd hardly get a chance to get a rhythm because Tatum's always got the ball in his hand. Let Brown go to work as he has on his own, and he's absolutely dominated in those games with no Tatum around. This guy has got so much potential, but they're looking to give it to Tatum. Okay, obviously that's my opinion, but I'm going to give you another breakdown on why it should be Tatum's team right now. Right, let me just start by saying I think Jayson Tatum's an incredible player. You know, he's probably the best player in his draft, and you know, I have no problem with the Celtics remaining with him as the vocal point for their franchise. But let me just obviously give some points of why he deserves to stay in control and be the #1 option for the Celtics. Number one, the guy's 6'8", with skills like that, with guard skills. It's ridiculous. You know, he can do almost anything. His passing's improved. He can pull up from three. So much balance. It's beautiful. He's got one of the best shots in the NBA. You know, we can go to the hole at will. Easy aggression. Obviously, he likes the spotlight. He's not afraid to take the big moments. He's got a mid-range game. Can go to the hole. Free throw percentage is better than Brown's. You know, so that would matter, especially in the playoffs. And now we're talking about the playoffs. This guy recently, obviously, got knocked out early, but he put up 30 points in his first time in his career in the playoffs. Average. That only went 5 games, but it just shows that this guy can do it in the playoffs. His percentages all went up. The season before that, shooting 25 points per game in the playoffs. So obviously, he likes the big moments, and he's obviously a lot younger than Brown. And if he can really nail out a few errors in his game, which is decision making down the stretch, obviously he's got potential to be a top defender as well. Obviously work on that side of the game, work on controlling games, obviously a bit more savvy, getting other people involved a bit more, obviously, and running the offense a bit more smoothly. He could be arguably the best player in the league, you know. So that is obviously arguments for Tatum. But it's interesting because he's obviously had the keys, and I would just like to see Brown have his shot. Obviously, there's a lot of people saying they don't work well together, but they like to iron that out by showing they're strong together on the court and off the court. I think they're one of the most dynamic and talented league duos right now for the NBA, and I think their potential is limitless. And I don't know, obviously, they could just work together, you know. Multiple teams obviously have 2 stars, but someone normally does take the reins. I would just be interested to see if the Celtics gave Jaylen Brown the opportunity to run the offense. Obviously, that comes with the guard skills. He hasn't yet displayed. He's got the guard skills of Jayson Tatum, but who knows? Who knows? Like I said, when given the chance, he dropped a career night over 50 points earlier this season. So, but obviously, I love them too, watching them, and I can't wait to see how they develop in their careers. Alright, thanks for watching this one, guys. Just a quick one. So give your views. If you're Team Tatum, leave a comment, Team Tatum. If you're Team Brown, leave a comment, Brown. Alright, both exceptional players. And, yeah, but I'm rooting for the Lakers in the playoffs. Alright, thanks for watching. Subscribe, guys, and more videos to come. Take it easy.